Chapter 47. The moment Cobra Dillon stepped from the flatbed of the pickup truck and onto the firm, rich earth of southern Tennessee, she felt at home. The fresh country air filled her nostrils and tasted sweet on her tongue. Overhead, she saw at least 1,000 flickering stars welcoming the tiny surgeon home for the holidays. The December wind was mild and nothing like the northern gusts of air that tore through her clothes and chilled her down to the bone. The cool climate here was not like the weather she'd left back in Philadelphia. The gentle force of a breeze swirled around her cowboy boots, lifted her floral skirt, and tugged at a fancy blouse, reminding Cobra that she was once again behind the Mason-Dixon line, that border which separated parts of Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and West Virginia from the South. She moved from the gravel driveway of the estate to the well-lit veranda of the old Whitefields plantation. It had been given that name by her great-great-great-grandfather, General Horatio Ulysses Kane, commander of the 13th Regiment of the Confederate Army, who owned hundreds of slaves and was one of the most prosperous gentlemen of the South. "Ain't nothing like coming home, is it?" asked a tall hunk of a man with the complexion of freshly churned butter, violet blue eyes, and hair as white as processed sugarcane. "No, Joshua Lee, it ain't, especially after spending so many months working around strangers. The North is a different type of place. It's not what I'm used to being up there," said Cobra, reverting back to her southern dialect and speech patterns. "You bound to run into any race of people up there. I even work with a Negro." "No kidding. What'd she do?" "She's a surgeon like me and damn good at her job," declared Cobra. "I can't imagine her better than you," he contemplated. "Not hardly, but that don't mean she can't wield a scalpel." "She must be something." "Aaron Simpkins is indeed. I even work with a Mexican. Didn't know it until the woman opened her mouth, but she got a most pleasing accent." "So you really do like it up there?" "Yup. The living ain't so clean. The streets are tiny and dirty. There's a whole bunch of violence going on, but I get a lot of patience. I see stuff I wouldn't ordinarily see down here." "Don't get too comfortable up there, 'cause I ain't moving." "But I sure did miss you," he boomed. "I ain't got no good loving since back in June," he complained. "You better not," she shot him a warning look. "I don't want to have to fight some gal on account of you." "You know there ain't nobody else, Cobra. That's why I gave you that ring." Cobra Dillon glanced down at the enormous diamond on her finger and smiled. Her man had worked pretty hard to get it for her. He did not make a lot of money farming and tilling the land his family owned, but he wouldn't give her anything but the best. "Come here, girl. Let me get a hold of what I've been missing," he said, dropping the luggage he had been planning to carry to the front of the plantation.